Hi, Carissa. How are you doing?
Hi, Natasha. I'm well. How are you?
Good. It's such an honor to have you. I've been following you for a while in your tips and all your motivational, positive posts. I love seeing that. So it's an honor to have you here today at the One Self podcast. So, as our viewers know, we cover overall wellness from emotional, financial, physical, spiritual, environmental, social, and fun. And today you are going to talk to us about a very important topic: how to keep physically fit and how to be mentally, physically, mind, body, purpose. So, tell me a little bit about your background in your fitness life, in your journey.
Okay, so definitely this is pleasure to be here and a pleasure to finally meet you today.
Yes.
So fitness is pretty much my passion and my lifestyle.
Mhm.
I don't just walk, I walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. So
Mhm.
um, I am a certified personal trainer through NASM. I've been personal training for about 10 years. I'm also an
Mhm.
integrative health practitioner, which is practicing functional medicine, at home lab testing,
Mhm.
supplementing when I need to with my clients, and just getting them on the road to a better wellness journey.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what inspired you to become a personal trainer and integrative health practitioner?
Well, it probably started when I was about 30. I started working out myself. Yeah, I didn't start fitness till I was about 30 years old. My kids were a little bit older, so I started working on myself.
Mhm.
And I have a background of domestic violence, so
Mhm.
that kind of gave me the empowerment and the confidence to take a hold of my life.
Mhm.
Um, and I just said, I was in the middle of college, 4 years of psychology. I was going to be a counselor.
Mhm.
Previously, I was an EMT, so I've always been in the service of like helping others.
Mhm.
Um, but when I started my own fitness journey, I said, well, it would be great if everybody could feel like this. It just
Of
felt
course.
so good about myself. My confidence
Mhm.
level just went from here to here.
Mhm.
And I just came home one day and told my mom, I think I'm gonna be a personal trainer. She's like, what? I said, I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna be a personal trainer. Like, I
Mhm.
love the way I feel, and I just want to have others feel the same way.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so I was already working out and stuff, and
Mhm.
so with my medical background, it was
Mhm.
very easy for me to get certified in about 4 months.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. And that's cool because you can give the holistic view of how the person is feeling, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's all connected. So
Yeah.
that's great that you can do that and help your people succeed in what their goals are. And everyone's goal of fitness is different. And we got to understand that the mindset is so key when you're on this journey. So,
Yeah.
my next question to you is basically on that. What does being fit for life mean to you on your personal level and, beyond the physical health? What does that mean to you?
Yeah. So, Fit in for Life, I came up with this name when I became a personal trainer and I started, putting my program together. To
Mhm.
me, it has a couple meanings. So, to be fit for life, of course,
Mhm.
and then just to fit in for
Yeah.
life, like fit
Mhm.
into this category of
Yes.
being well and
Yes.
transforming yourself beyond that just looking appearance on the outside. This is a whole
Yes.
inner peace and inner balance within yourself, and
Yes.
definitely um, confidence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I love that you have your own little tagline, fit in for life. I love that.
Thanks.
Awesome. That's awesome. So, next question. What's one mindset shift that helped you most on your wellness journey?
Mindset shift. It had to be the nutrition.
Mhm.
It's such a key aspect in your wellness journey. I mean,
It is.
now that I'm in functional medicine, I now know
Mhm.
that food is medicine.
It is.
Your nutrition
Mhm.
is medicine.
Mhm. Mhm.
To learn how to eat well is nourishing your body, repairing all the cells in your body. Your cells will overturn within like 3 months if you continue the healthy nutrition. So for me,
Mhm.
I would work out, and I would pretty much work out to eat
Mhm.
in my 30s. Once I
Mhm.
started on my nutrition, it was just a whole shift for me. My
Mhm.
body started looking better, my skin started looking better, I started
Mhm.
feeling better, and I
Mhm.
realized that bad nutrition really messed up my gut.
Oh,
So,
yes,
yeah.
definitely. And, in the world of, like, fad diets and all that stuff, you see, like, oh, the cabbage soup diet, the intermittent,
Yeah.
it's all out there, people have this quick fix and, not one person I know has stuck to that same diet, because it's really hard. Dieting is hard, nutrition is hard, and especially if you don't know what works for you. What keto might work for somebody else, but it might not work for you,
Yes.
based on your own hormonal composition,
Yes,
So,
exactly.
and that's what you teach your clients, which I think that is really great because it's really important to know what you're putting in your body and how it's affecting you.
Yes. So yeah, definitely nutrition is a whole turning point.
Yes, yes. So, how do you deal with those clients that, feel stuck, that they are scared to, come to you, or they're just worried about can they use this machine and will they stick to this? Like, what do you do when they feel stuck? Like, how do you
So
guide them?
so first of all, when they come in, I like to ask them how ready and willing are you to commit to
Mhm.
this? Because it does take a commitment, a lot of sacrifice to
Oh,
be
yes.
able to begin this healthy journey. If
Mhm.
they're like, well, I'm just kind of thinking about it,
Mhm.
they're not really committed. Like
Yes.
I need a good reason, a good why you're doing this and how
Mhm.
committed you are. From 1 to 10, are you going to give it 10? Or are you just
Mhm.
kind of hanging around at 7? Um,
Mhm.
to So for them to say that they're ready, um, it means that they're ready. That's what I've found, because
Mhm.
so many times I haven't asked that question, and then they come for 2 weeks, they're gung ho, and then all of a sudden they start canceling sessions, and
Mhm.
then they start, I ask them about their nutrition, they just kind of like don't really want to talk about that or say they're
Mhm.
going to work on it.
Yeah.
So
Accountability is key, definitely key,
yeah,
because I remember in the past when I had a trainer, she'd be like, "Take a picture of every meal that you have, what you're cooking." And I'd be like so scared because I knew some days I did not do the plan right. And now I'm like, then you look back at your photos and you're like, "Okay, yeah, there was a need for me to look at food differently." And because if I really want to see the results, I have to do both fitness and exercise.
yeah, it's
I
literally a
mean, I'm sorry,
marriage.
nutrition and exercise.
Yeah,
Both.
like you can't have one without the other. You can't just eat right and then hope that you're going to gain muscle. And
Mhm.
you can't, the same thing goes for your nutrition. Like, I mean, your fitness. You can't
Mhm.
go hard in the gym for an hour and then go home and
Mhm.
eat cake, you know?
I know, right? Just that one cake, you're like, "How many calories did I burn? And then how many did I eat?" Like,
Right.
it's like a learning thing for me too. Like, I struggle with it too, it's not always some days are good and some days I'm just like, "Man, the cravings," But
Yeah.
they say I've talked to so many people that say, you don't have those sweet cravings once you start in putting things in your body that your body needs, then you don't have that craving anymore for that energy boost or things like that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, if you eat enough in a meal, and especially if
Mhm.
you're eating enough protein in a meal, you're
Mhm.
not going to have those cravings. You fill up on that, eat till you're about 80% full.
Mhm.
Because I was a snacker. I felt
Mhm.
like I needed to eat something every hour, and
Oh,
and I
really?
did. Yeah,
Mhm.
but once I got in this new program through functional medicine, you kind of start seeing how the body doesn't need that, and your digestion needs that time away from food, like three and a
Mhm.
half hours away from food, in order
Mhm.
for your food to completely digest
Mhm.
to where you feel okay.
True, true.
Yeah.
And then I also noticed, like, if you eat too late in your day, then it's harder to go to sleep too, because 'cause you're just like, you feel
Oh
so
yeah.
full, you
That's
know?
so hard for so many reasons. One, your blood sugar doesn't. regulate if you eat late at night. So
Mhm.
you wake up, then you put food back into your stomach, and now your
Mhm.
blood sugar spikes.
True.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I know a lot of people that are, work late hours, or they do, sometimes they don't have the time, so they're grabbing and going. But there's even ways of going, even if you have to eat out, like choose the things that are more healthier options, and it's okay.
yes,
It's there's ways to go about it, or even meal prepping. But I'm trying, but I'm trying, but internet and fasting seemed to work for me for a while, but then you got to stick to it because it's not just like, oh, do it this week and then not do it next week. Like the results
yeah.
only happen when you stick to anything.
And your body changes too. I have people that were on keto for 3 months and then all of a sudden it's not working. Okay, the
Hmm.
body's asking for a challenge. The body
Yes.
wants to switch it up. The
Hmm.
body gets complacent. Same thing
Hmm.
with the workouts.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. So now to this question: what role does mindset really play in reaching like long-term health goals?
Oh, that's a good question. Mindset is pretty much everything. Like I ask my clients, how ready are you?
Hmm.
Because first I want to see what their starting point is. Because if
Hmm.
they're, like I said, they're just contemplating the fact, maybe just trying to see how it goes, um, they're not ready to really put in the work, the
Hmm.
commitment that is needed.
Absolutely.
And that's why I decided to become a health coach
Hmm.
because I can have a session with you and we can sit down and actually talk about the things that are going on in your life because the things that are going on in your life, how stressed out you are,
Hmm.
can definitely play a role into your mindset.
True. Absolutely.
Because yeah,
Absolutely.
and so yeah, that's why I became a health coach to kind of get to that first.
Mhm.
So ideally, I would like to health coach before we even start training,
Awesome. That's
because that
great.
way I
That's
can
great.
see where your mindset's at. And
Mhm.
then once I get you out on the floor, then I
Mhm.
know that you're ready.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
it's true, like the accountability helps so much because you could find million things to do in your day and not make that time for yourself to work out in the gym. And sometimes it's like, oh, I don't feel like going. But then sometimes you have that friend, that trainer that tells you, "Hey, let's go." And then you're kind of tired, whatever. But then the minute you step on that floor in that gym and you see others around you, you kind of start getting their energy. And then you're like, "You know what? It wasn't that bad after all." Like so now I have this thing where I just keep my gym clothes in my car and I'm like, "Okay, what excuse do I have? Like, if I have time in my day, I can make it.
Hmm.
The gym's open 24/7. But even then, with the gym clothes in the car, it's the accountability of that friend or that trainer that gets me actually there faster than
Yeah.
myself. But it's
Yeah.
also the mindset.
It's so easy to give up on yourself, and you're like the most important person in your life, right? Why would you want to give
Hmm.
up on yourself? So,
Absolutely.
I've heard like make it like you have an appointment with yourself for
Yes, or
yourself.
even
You know what I
or
mean?
even just put it in like your day, like your calendar, like if you do Google
Hmm.
Calendar or whatever, and just block out that time for yourself, for whatever it is, meditation, whether it's, cooking yourself a good meal, or whether it's, spending half an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is, in the gym, but like actually blocking off that time so that, you're, oh, it's 1 o'clock. This is when I want to go to the gym, and then go. Then there's no excuse because now nothing else preempts what you need to do for the day.
That's funny you say that because I do that in my life. I actually schedule my own hour on my
Mhm.
schedule for my workout. I schedule my
Mhm.
time in the morning to wake up earlier so I can read the word and just kind of have my peace in the
Mhm.
morning.
Mhm.
Those two things are very important to me, and those
Mhm.
are definitely on my schedule.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that you share the spiritual word of the day. That's really awesome.
Oh, thank you. That's my
Yep.
that's my morning time. That's what I'm
Mhm.
doing. I'm, finding my inner peace in the
Mhm.
morning before the whole world wakes up, and
Mhm.
then you'll just, the whole world will see my spiritual um,
Mhm.
posts in the morning. So
Yeah,
hopefully
and
it helps. One person can get something out of it.
oh yeah, they're so positive and uplifting, and it's a good encouragement for people because sometimes you could be having such a rough day, but then you see your post, Carissa, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that, you know?
Oh,
So
that's
they're very
awesome.
nice. They're very nice,
Yeah.
and sometimes I've even shared them to my other friends. I'm like, look what this beautiful person just posted, and it's what you needed to
Oh,
hear, you know?
yeah. Yeah. And
So,
that's awesome. That's how, you get out to the world. We got to use social media in a positive way. There's just so much
mhm.
negativity out there.
Of course, I know, and it becomes like a little rat race that goes on and on, comparing yourself. Like I learned, like in my own health journey, like you can't compare someone else to you because you don't know the work that they've had to put in. So
Yeah.
you have to, you can't mirror them until you work on what did they do, how did they do it, like or do it for yourself first. Like, you can ask them for tips, but you can't say, "Oh, I've been in the gym 3 months and I still don't look like them." Yeah, but you don't but there's more to that, you know?
Yeah.
Th There's
Yeah.
more
What
to.
are they doing that you're not doing, or what are you doing that they're not doing?
Mhm, mhm. And no one's really looking at you. It's like, "Oh, you're doing 10 pounds versus 20 pounds." No one's really caring. Everybody's there to focus on their own fitness and life journey. So,
Right.
never compare
Yep. They're on
yourself.
their own journey. Yeah. And always be
Yeah.
kind. Like being kind is like free. You
Mhm.
never know what somebody is going through, and everybody's going through something.
Mhm. Mhm.
So just being kind to another person, it actually makes you feel good.
It
You're
does.
not so
It
bitter,
does.
it makes you feel
Mhm.
good to be kind.
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. So, can you share a client success story that stands out so much to you? Because I know you've been doing this for over a decade now, but I'm sure one stands out like a lot more than others.
Yeah, man, there is so many. Um, so as I became an integrative health practitioner, I'll kind of talk about one in that aspect because
Okay.
there's just so many personal training ones
I
that
know.
but
Yes.
to give you a broader spectrum of health coaching and things like that. um, I have a client that came to me. She's a retired nurse, and she wanted to work on her health and fitness. She was kind of doing some. She was doing a little bit of yoga, but
Mhm.
she just didn't want to look like a grandma. And she
Mhm.
is. She's in her 60s, but she's a grandma. But she wanted to, you know, her body to be toned. So she came in with kyphosis, which
Mhm.
is like this, but she's retired.
Mhm.
So for many years, she was on the computer, she was serving
Mhm.
others, and she
Mhm.
just kind of became this way. So
Mhm.
my first goal was to bring her
Strengthen.
shoulders up,
Yeah.
give her some confidence. Um, and sure enough, she now is very toned. She
That's
probably has the body
great.
of a 30-year-old.
That's
And
great.
yeah, and we kind of did it opposite because I was in school for integrative health practitioner, so I wasn't actually a health coach yet. So we
Mhm.
actually worked on her body. And
Mhm.
now, for the last 6 months, we've been really working on her stress.
Mhm.
We've been working on her gut. We're
That's
getting to
great.
her to detox toxins from her body, do
Mhm.
at-home lab testing, and
Good.
it's like a whole 360 of a person. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
just her confidence, the way she walks. I
Mhm.
mean, her husband compliments her all the time, like, "Oh my God, I
Aw,
can't believe, how far you've come. This is great."
that's great. That's
She's
great.
wearing two pieces for the summer, you know,
Really?
at
Aw,
60.
that's so
I mean,
awesome.
you know,
Yeah,
so
that's the best feeling when you feel good in your skin and you feel confident to get out there and you're not because we as humans we don't realize when we're slouching, and it's like I've had my sister like put her finger in my spine like, hey, sit up straight. And I'm like, okay, because you
yeah,
don't
we actually
realize
need
it.
to wear like something to like keep us up. Like that's why I'm sitting like this, really,
Hmm. Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I find if I do this, then I'm not slouching.
Correct.
So I try
Yeah,
to just pick my shoulders up, and you look more confident. I mean,
of
you
course.
walk in the
Yeah.
room, and everyone looks at you because you look like you're supposed to be there.
Right. That's true. Your body language, everything says a lot about you, like smiling, we're in a society where like we're just looking at our phones, people are walking on the main road and they're looking at their phones. And I'm like, Ay, when we were
Yes.
growing up, we had to pay in the damn sandbox.
Yeah.
You
Climb
know,
fences. I
we had to
mean,
send letters in the mail before we had email. It was totally different. It was the whole
yeah.
different thing. Um,
I miss those days. Let me tell you.
mhm. Yes. I mean, imagine before we used to get when I'd be so excited when I got a birthday card in the mail. I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, the person took the time to pick out a card and write a message and mail it to
Yeah.
me." Like, those were like really touchy things, like moments that you're just like, "Wow, like that was somebody remembered me at that point."
Yeah. And you had something to look back on. Like you find the card years later and you're like, oh, I
Mhm.
remember this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now it's
Yep.
just through a text message. They're just happy birthday.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe a
And
little gift.
yeah, the gift. Facebook reminds you too. It's your friend's birthday.
Yeah. So we don't have to worry about nothing.
I know, I know. So how do you tailor your programs to support not just physical goals, but like lifestyle changes? Like, is it all in one package? Do you do them separately, or how does it work?
So I am incorporating integrative health practitioner coaching. I graduated in October. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
it was about a year program.
Mhm.
So I am slowly integrating that.
Mhm.
Thank God I have a lot of clients. So it hasn't
Yeah,
been easy to kind of like, because they're already conformed to the way things go
correct.
around here. But
Correct.
eventually, I plan on having 2 days of clinical and 3 days of personal training where I can
Awesome.
split it up as like just in office for 2 days. And
Mhm.
that way I can do more health coaching. And then as
Mhm.
I get people in, they will go through the health coaching,
Mhm.
personal training. And
Mhm.
then I'm also doing a little energy scanning.
Okay.
So that'll be all in a complete package.
That's
That way,
awesome.
yeah, because as a
I love
personal
that.
trainer, thanks. As a personal trainer for so many years, we do a good workout, we have good
Mhm.
conversation. You tell me your goals, you go home, and I don't know what happens. You forget about
Mhm.
everything we talked about. Um, and then you come back, and I could tell you're sluggish, and I'm like, what's going on? Do you have a high carb weekend? Then they start
Mhm.
spilling it all. So it's been very hard to
Yeah.
just, you know, um, they go home with nothing.
Mhm.
So now I want to do the health coaching, really talk to them about their goals and what's their plan for the future, their
Mhm.
current plan, setting small goals to reach higher goals,
Mhm.
and also doing the at-home lab testing,
Yeah,
getting
that's
to the gut.
mhm.
Yeah, the gut is kind of like the engine of the car.
Mhm.
If the gut isn't running right, the rest of the car is not going to run right. So
Mhm.
people hold a lot of stress in their gut, in their
Mhm.
muscles, their
Mhm.
joints.
Mhm.
So it's very important that we start regulating the nervous system as
Mhm.
well.
It's all connected. It's all connected. Um,
Yeah,
it definitely is. Because even when you go to like massage therapy and stuff, they know all the different where you hold your stress. Like they just have to touch certain parts and like, wow. Like a lot of people
yeah,
hold it up here in their shoulders and some in their back and some in their legs. Like, you know, as you get nervous, as you get stressed out, your body starts clenching and it's just the
hmm,
automatic response of your body that sometimes you don't realize is happening till much later and the stress gets to you, you're losing sleep. And a lot of times it's because, you're not looking at ways to work on your own mental health and try to de-stress yourself or, making that time in the gym to boost your mood.
yeah. I mean, I went through it all myself.
Mhm.
I was just one big stress ball when I
Mhm.
started the program. I started
Mhm.
looking into things. I started doing at-home lab testing, and I just found
Mhm.
that I was just full of stress. I had high inflammation in my body. I wasn't
Mhm.
taking omegas. I wasn't taking none of that. I was just kind of
Mhm.
running on fumes. I would
Mhm.
train
Oh,
from
that's
like
the worst.
3:30 in the morning to like 7 at night.
Wow.
So yeah, now I really try to do things for my nervous system, dry
Mhm.
brushing,
Mhm.
meditating,
Mhm.
um, the sauna mat, things like that,
Mhm.
that can kind of like put me more into relaxed mode
Mm-hmm.
instead of just being in
Yeah.
fight or flight mode all the time.
Exactly. And I think the more relaxed your mind is, the more you can focus on other things. If you're constantly thinking about like past, future, you're always going to be spinning.
Yeah,
And I think sometimes we don't give ourselves that grace to slow down and say, okay, what do I need to work on myself? Or who can I reach out to? Because now I'm going through something that now I can't focus on the other things. People say, health is wealth, and I truly believe that.
it is. Yeah.
So, have you seen a connection between someone's health journey and their clarity and confidence?
Oh yeah. Like the person that I told you all about just a while ago.
Hmm.
Her confidence was just so much better. But I'm every client pretty much, and especially now that I started working on their lack of minerals and
Hmm.
supplementing with that.
Hmm.
Um, there was one client that used to walk in every morning. She's 3 days a week. Every morning, she's just like hanging her head. And by the time she
Hmm.
left, she had a little bit more energy. I tried to
Hmm.
get her, pumped up.
Hmm.
Um, we took some at-home lab testing. I also do hair samples
Hmm.
for for heavy metals.
Hmm.
So she was high in heavy metals. We started supplementing for that, and
Hmm.
now she walks in with so much energy.
That's great.
I'm just like, is this the same Michelle that used to walk in here a couple months ago?
Yeah, it's true. Like when you have a deficiency, it affects everything. Just a simple B12, magnesium, D, anything that you're insufficient of. You can tell. I mean, you can tell because you do this for a living. What a difference people, how different they feel after working with you.
Yeah, yeah, and myself. I mean, I'm my own testimony.
Hmm.
I don't do anything on my clients that I have not done myself. I've
Hmm.
done all the testing just to see how the
Hmm.
testing goes, and got my own results back, read my own results back to myself,
That's
and
great.
started supplementing. I cleaned up my gut. I
Hmm.
did a whole candida bacteria overgrowth protocol because of
Hmm.
antibiotics.
Hmm.
I had a reoccurrent sinus infections before I started working on my allergies.
Hmm.
And I was on antibiotics probably every other month,
Oh no,
and it really messed up my gut.
I could imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And so
Hmm.
I've done all that. I completed all that actually in March. I did a heavy
Hmm.
metal detox. Um,
Hmm.
so now I just quarterly I detox for toxins in the environment from my
Hmm.
liver, and
Hmm.
that's it. Um,
That's
Minimal
great.
supplements now.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That goes to show like the more effort you put on your wellness, the better you're going to feel and the more
Yes.
happier you're going to be in your life.
Hmm.
So, what would you say are your top 3 daily wellness habits that everybody should have?
Okay.
Or maybe.
You probably heard this before, and I've read so many books about mindset and things like that, and making your bed.
Yeah.
Making your bed in the morning is probably one of the first things you should do because you've accomplished a goal.
Mhm.
You've accomplished a goal. You got up, you made your bed, you moved around.
Mhm.
I also drink warm lemon water with
Mhm.
Himalayan sea salt
Oh, okay.
every morning for my
Mhm.
hydration. And it
Mhm.
also gets your bile going from your
Okay.
liver,
Mhm.
and it helps introduce um, to your digestion. Starts cleaning things out in the morning.
Mhm.
So I do that, and then I pray.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. I love that. Those are simple daily habits, that you practice every
Hmm.
day to feel better mentally and physically. So that's
Yes.
that's awesome. You said pray
Uh-huh.
and
Make my
then
bed.
make your bed and then
Do my lemon water.
do your lemon water, guys. Do your lemon
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Hmm.
So if someone wants to reach out to you, when someone reaches out to you, um, what advice would you give them when they don't know where to begin?
Well, my advice would be to begin with a health coach, because there you're getting the complete package. You're
Mhm.
getting the guidance. Um, you're getting you know, just the pathway where you need to start.
Mhm.
So you get a starting point. Um, could lead you on to, if you're having the deficiencies, your
Mhm.
symptoms, what
Mhm.
have you felt like you've been lacking in all this time?
Mhm.
And then we can get to that first, start you on your supplements so that you can start feeling good again, so
Mhm.
that working out doesn't feel like such a chore. Because when you
Absolutely.
are deficient in your body, it is a chore because you
Mhm.
don't have the energy. You don't even
Mhm.
have the determination to do anything. You're just kind of like, um,
Going with the
so
flow.
yeah. So I would say, get you a health coach and get on the right path. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. My last question for you is what inspires you daily?
What inspires me daily? Life itself. I mean, there's so much in life. My family, just living to kind of break, generational things in my family. I am the first one in my family to actually be into health and wellness.
Mhm.
And all my children are starting their health and wellness now.
That's
Nobody in
amazing.
my family ever worked out, ever ate right, ever even talked about nutrition. Like that was not a thing. No one even did a
Mhm.
diet
Oh,
as
wow.
I was growing up. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
not, it was far from a thing.
Mhm.
So I'm determined to make a difference in not only my family's life, but
Mhm.
every person that I come in contact with. I'm determined
Yeah.
to make a difference, whether it's just a positive attitude that makes a difference in
Mhm.
other people's lives.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that on your page. So, guys,
Oh,
please follow her at Fit In for Life. If you need a trainer, integrative health coach, definitely reach out to her on social media. Do you have a website that they can reach you at as well, or just follow you on Instagram, Facebook?
yes, it is fitinforlife.com.
Awesome. Fitinforlife.com, guys. I will tag her after this episode so you can reach out to her as well. And you can visit my website for the replay and follow at oneselfconsulting.com. Thank you so much for being on our show today. It was very inspirational. It makes me want to get up and go to the gym right now.
Do it. I say do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm like, oh, I have a break. What can I do? So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely keep yourself moving. And I like to leave with a little quote for our audience. Take one step today that your future self will thank you for. Signing off, oneself. Thank you so much.
Thank
Is
you
there
so
any
much.
quote that you want to say before we leave? Do you have a quote of yours?
My quote is, I believe in living every day like I already have what I need.
Got that.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, take care and hope to see
All
you
right.
soon.
Thank you. Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye bye.